Hello everyone, Emily here from Centre Bliss Flowers. So today's Tuesday, so we're a few days out from Mother's Day and started prepping today. So we've got all these buckets cleaned. No, she doesn't need to go up there. All my buckets cleaned. So Thursday I've got to send out and order a florist order. Only a small one, but in amongst all the rest of the stuff. So yeah, gonna send out a florist order Thursday. I've got Mother's flowers for Mother's Day, deliveries to do on Friday. And also a bucket of flowers for, well not a bucket, probably a couple of buckets of flowers to do for our local showgirl and rural ambassador presentation thing. The flowers for their tables. Yeah, so today's Tuesday. I think I'll have to cut a fair few flowers tomorrow, but I'm just going to cut basil this afternoon because it takes a fair bit to hydrate properly. So I figure if I just get it cut this afternoon, I'll get a good lot of it cut. Might cut some more tomorrow, and then that way I can just focus on the flowers tomorrow. The flowers that I'll need for the florist order, for Friday's deliveries, and for maybe the ones for the rural ambassador and showgirl thing. So yeah, it's a nice cool afternoon. We had a very cool night last night, and there's supposed to be a really cool night again tonight, which finally feels like winter's on its way. It's been really warm up until now. But yeah, I think the snapdragons and all the cooler weather stuff, which I don't really have much of this time anyway, we'll definitely enjoy the cooler weather. Yeah, I'll turn you around and show you. I don't have a lot of basil. Let me see my shadow. Just been watering here, so I probably have to avoid that end. The lemon basil down there, I didn't get back to cut it off. I don't know if I had have cut it off whether it would come back anyway, because it had already been cut off once. There are some, right, you can see over there, that have come up themselves. I might be able to get a little bit off that. And then there's just a little bit here from where I cut. This has been cut once, so this is just like its second lot. I think there's a little bit of cinnamon basil at the start here, and then that's the dark opal there. So the dark opal doesn't necessarily have the longest stems, but it's nice to use because it gets nice big clumps on top. But yeah, we'll just see what we can get from this, and then I'll have to see. I've been cutting pretty hard on these already for my orders this last weekend, and I haven't got in amongst the rows here to attack this one yet. But yeah, I'll trim them back a little bit more because they needed a trim anyway. Get a bit of foliage off them as well. That's pretty much all I have in the way of foliage, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got. We'll get started on some basil right now. I'm having fun with the dog. Alright, we got this bucket. It's not stuffed tight, but I think it's enough for what I'll need. You can see it's just thinned the patch out a little bit up this end. I cut some of them back really quite short, and they may not come back, but I'm not too worried if they don't, because winter's hitting and they generally don't. I mean, they still grow a lot of winters, but not very fast, so I don't ever rely on having basil through winter. Right, we got this bucket for now, and then hopefully there's enough left down the other end there and in the bit that's come up over there itself to do orders for Sunday deliveries, and also got a market on Sunday as well that they really want me to be at, so we're going to attempt that. Probably only mostly have Chrissy's, but that would be better than nothing. I'm sure they'll be happy with that. That's the start of our Mother's Day picking. But yeah, I'll definitely get into a lot more tomorrow. Get a heap of stuff picked tomorrow, hopefully. My binoculars are all sprouting. They're doing really well. See heaps of them coming up in here. Like that. Looking good. Can't wait to get them planted out, which should be only another max of a week, I'd say, and most of them will be good to go out. There are still a few like just starting to come up, so we'll see how we go. I'm just waiting for it to cool off a little bit more, so I can spray the snapdragons, because it's been so warm here for this time of the year. I'm having trouble with caterpillars in the snapdragons, little caterpillar grub things. These ones here are right there in the shade from the house, but the white ones down the other end there are in the sun still. And then I've got the other lavender and the bronze over in the shade house, but because they're in the shade house thing over there, they don't seem to be getting any, which is good. I did spray these, was it a couple of days ago, and then a couple of hours after I sprayed them, we got like a shower of rain, so it would have washed everything off. And I just came out here before to have a look at them, and I could see there was like 3 caterpillars on just one head. You can see a little one there. Right, where is he? Hang on, I'll get you around. Right there, around this way. See him there? They're the little ones I'm having trouble with. Pain, because they actually like get down in the, you get like right down in there, and you don't even know they're on there. But yeah, you can see there's like going to be holes in some of them. This one here, so where that one was just on there. But yeah, the pink ones are looking really nice. I'm actually going to have more white ones than I thought I would have, which is good. I'm not going to have a lot of lavender because they've struggled a little bit. I didn't realise the drip wasn't working properly, so a lot of them weren't getting watered properly. So yeah, I think the plan is with them is to pick what they've got on them at the moment, and then I might, like any of the like little ones that are a bit stunted, I might just trim them back so I can put some proper support netting up, because I pulled that other stuff off. It was terrible, falling apart. If I trim them all back and give them a good hit of fertilizer, and then put the support netting up, some proper support netting up for them, because they don't do real well without it. So that's the plan with those. But yeah, that's my job for this afternoon. Might go make some spray up now. It's actually pretty cool already. Nearly needing my jumper. So yeah, I might go make some spray up. So I just use those, everyone says it different, dipples, dipoles, sachets, powder sachet stuff for the caterpillars, and then I also put some eco oil in with it because that helps it stick. I find that to work the best, and it's like natural. It's not a chemical. So if you start going to like more chemical things, that aren't natural, then you end up burning your flowers and whatever. So I just stick with that. You just got to do it fairly regularly if your caterpillars are pretty bad. But otherwise, I generally only have to do like make sure I keep an eye on them. As soon as I see them, I just spray them a couple of times, about a week apart, and that generally keeps them under control. But yeah, I don't usually have trouble this time of the year. We've just had a really, really warm autumn, so they've gotten going a little bit. But yeah, I'll go get it done now. Well, it's Wednesday now. We're about mid-afternoon. I think it's around 3 o'clock, just before 3. I picked these earlier this morning because we've had a bit of wind, and when you get wind and they're sitting close together, when they're blowing, they rub each other. So I needed to get them picked. And you can see the caterpillar damage, which is very annoying. I don't know that my spray is... It just takes a little while to take effect, I think, but they look pretty good, the pink ones especially. I've got some white ones, the stems are a little bit shorter. Some more white there, and only a couple of stems of lavender, and then the bronze chantilly there. So now we have to go out, and I think there's a bee loving them. I think we yeah, just a minute. We might go out and pick some chrysanthemums now, I think. I'll go do that in these big buckets. Alright, we're just going to start picking here. I think I might just pick a good variety of everything for now. Don't touch. You've got your video down there. Videos. Where is it? What did you do with it?
Yeah.
Oh, over, did it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we will start here, I think.
I like it alone. I want to see it.
Probably give like a bunch, 5 stems of these ones to the florist, because she doesn't like just your normal chrysanthemums. She prefers like a bit more unusual ones.
I want to go to the market.
Do you?
Yeah. I like being to the market.
Right.
Yeah. I do.
Caterpillar in there. Look at that juicy one.
Can I see it? Can I see it, Mommy? Okay. Mommy, I'm making some garden.
Making garden.
I'm really soft and dry.
Where's your hat?
All over there.
Roll, does it?
There's some shade up there. Shade up there.
Like that. we've got, yeah, let me move this bucket there, is just about full. But I just went and picked some of this one. I just wanted to show you. That is one stem. It's huge. So what happens if you cut your Chrissy's back to just like a couple of big main stems, they just send out a couple more big main stems, where I learnt from the first year you got to cut them back to like the smaller side shoot ones, and that way you get like, they send up more smaller heads, like smaller bunches with the thinner stems. I'll probably have to show you in the next time I have to cut them back. I'll try and show it. This time, careful.
I nearly fell off.
Yeah, well, you don't hold on to that. This time I was just experimenting, trying to work out how to get them to not have huge big stems like this. And yeah, the majority of them are okay, but yeah, I've got a few stems that are still massive like this, which is okay. I can cut these all the side branches off, and they're not quite long enough for a bouquet. I suppose those bottom ones might be, but I'll use them in arrangements. I've got 3 arrangements to do on Friday, so we'll use them for that. Alright, I think I've finished picking for today. I think this should be pretty close to enough for what I need to do. Just got to pick out what I'm going to send to the florist. And this bucket's just got bits and pieces in it. Some echinacea down here, got fairly short stems, and a couple of dahlias with short stems in there. So yeah, not a lot of variety, but we'll make do and have to put some of them together tomorrow. Hello again, it's Thursday now, Thursday afternoon, and I have done a $100 bouquet and 2 arrangements so far. I've got 1 more arrangement to do and then a $50 bouquet. So I'm going to bring you along while I do this last arrangement, and I'll just have it on time lapse because my daughter's playing nursery rhymes, so I don't want that in the background. So I'll just put on time lapse and you can see how I put one of my arrangements together, and I'll see how long it takes me. If it doesn't take me too long, might record the $50 bouquet as well, and then I'll show you them all once I'm finished. Alright, finished the orders for today. So this is a $50 bouquet, and then we've got 3 $50 arrangements there, try to do them different colours because the same person ordered those 3. And then a $100 bouquet here. And all I have left is those few snaps there, a little bit of basil, and I went out and got more Araya as I needed it, which I needed a fair bit more. And then those Chrissies in there, which a lot of them you can't use in bouquets because the stems are too crooked. These ones will be alright, I'd probably be able to use them in a bouquet, but the others probably not. So they may end up just getting thrown out because I've got plenty out there still. So yeah, that's today's orders finished. And then I have to do more picking this afternoon to do some more tomorrow and get some picked and prepped for the markets on Sunday. Good morning everyone, we're on to Friday now and we've finished doing our picking for today. Well, maybe we might have to pick a little bit more again later for the markets, but I've got plenty enough for the orders I've got to do. So this is 1 bucket of Chrissies here, smash yellows, I really like this pink one here, and just a couple of whites, and then we got this orangey yellow one, this purple one, this one's called Brazil, it's the one with the yellow and then it's got the green tips, and another white one, that's just what I had left from yesterday. And then I picked another bucket of basil, picked some more snaps, and they have caterpillars on them still, a bit more foliage there, couple of stems of Statice and Achillea, and a few dahlias, just a couple of dahlias there really, a short one down in there. And then another bucket here with pink and apricot, and then this one here, and then this white one with the greeny centre, and bit of pink there, and then this lemony colour one, I don't mind it, and a yellow one there, and some more of the white button one, which is really nice. So that's what I'm working with today. I've got 4 bouquets and 1 arrangement to do because I used one of the arrangements that I made yesterday to give to someone else, so I'm going to make another one to replace that one. And then we'll see how we're going after that. I might be able to put some stuff together ready for the markets. Good morning everyone. So it's a few weeks after Mother's Day now. Well, quite a few weeks. I'm only just getting around to doing the ending video for it. I was trying to remember what actually happened. So I had a few orders as you've seen in the video, and then I took like 4 big buckets of Chrissies into the markets. I probably could have fit more in the buckets, but I was sort of having trouble getting ones with straight stems because I didn't get them supported properly. So we took what we thought was the best of them at the time, and I didn't get time to pre-make any bunches, so I just started making them as soon as I got set up in there. And I was selling out as I was making them, so I ended up selling out like a couple of hours before the market was over, and really wished I had taken more because I did have plenty more here. As you can see, these, I mean, they're all finishing up now, but I've started trimming them and labelling, but I definitely had plenty more I could have taken in. But when I'd been to that market the year before, I hadn't sold near as much, but it also wasn't on Mother's Day that year either, so I know for next time. I have a feeling they'll probably do it on Mother's Day again because it was really successful for them and for everyone that was there. So next time I'll definitely know that I need to take a lot more than what I took. But yeah, it's definitely the best market I've ever been to, as in the best market I've sold at. So hopefully they do it on Mother's Day again next year, and it would be really good. But yeah, so it's, yeah, I think it's like a month or something after Mother's Day now, at least. So obviously I can't do a lot at the moment, so I can only do like little bits and pieces here and there. So I try to do like a little bit in the morning and then make sure I take a break and do a little bit when I feel good again. So yeah, I've started trimming the Chrissies back and labeling them, because these were the ones that were all mixed up. They weren't what they were supposed to be, so I don't think any of the names were correct on them. So I'm just marking them what they were. I don't know the names of them at this point. And obviously I'm going to be getting rid of some, like all these ones here, or all the single yellow daisy looking ones. I'm going to be getting rid of all of those ones. I'll probably just give them to somebody. And then a few others I'll get rid of, because there's a heap of other whites and stuff. So I'll get rid of some of those as well. And then I will propagate more of some of the ones that I've only got single plants of that I really like. Now I might end up, the round bed that's out there, I might end up, I don't know, I'll see, or I might end up just not having Chrissies in that bed and just having them in this one long bed here, because I think this one long bed here full of Chrissies is probably enough for what I need. So I might try to go with that for next year. So I'll probably be digging all those up out there. I'll definitely be keeping some from out there. But yeah, I need to do it before the flowers die back off, and I don't remember what is what. So I've tried to starting to get onto that. But yeah, it's not very easy to bend over at the moment, obviously. So hopefully I can get some help and get it knocked over. But yeah, so Mother's Day was, yeah, really, that market was really successful. And hopefully they do it again next year. So hopefully this video was enjoyable enough for you to finish watching. And thank you for everyone that did finish watching it. If you could give us a thumbs up, it would be great. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.